My friends tell me all the time that they think I know too much and that like the government's gonna come for me or something, so I just want you guys to know if anything happens to me, it was definitely the government or somebody, CIA, I don't know, but I would not take my own life. I would not leave my family or do anything like that. I would not put myself in danger, nothing like that. So if anything happens to me, it's a conspiracy. It was definitely the government or somebody. Please fight for me, okay? If anything happens to me, I want you guys to figure it out. Like, don't leave me hanging. Hopefully nothing does, but I'm just saying, like, what we're gonna start talking about is a lot of people that have talked and are no longer with us because of the knowledge that they had and they were trying to share. So it's heavy, and it's honestly like it could be a risk to my safety, so I'm taking one for the team talking about this stuff that I'm about to talk about. So go ahead and like and subscribe right now. Tell your friends. Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is MB. Thank you for tuning in today, watching this video. So I just wanted to go ahead and pretty much let you guys know that my channel is not going to be just makeup. I am going to be posting a video every week about different stuff I am just interested in, whether it's like conspiracy theory or a true crime case or astrology. If there's anything you're interested in or you want me to talk about, let me know. I will definitely be looking at your suggestions, and I do have an Age of Aquarius video that I'm going to be getting out soon, probably for the astrological new year, so look out for that. It should be around March 20th. Other than that, my next couple of videos are going to be more serious. They're going to be kind of having to do with true crime and conspiracies type situations. Quick disclaimer, this video is actually going to be on a pretty heavy topic. It involves human trafficking and child trafficking, and my brief incident that I thank God for protecting me in this situation every day. Like, it could have ended completely different, and I'm very lucky. I have been debating about recording this video and posting this video, but at the same time I feel like it is a topic that needs to be talked about because it is everywhere. Whether you think it's happening where you live or not, it is. When this happened, I was 17, and my parents were always very heavy on stranger danger, watch your surroundings, never go anywhere alone. My dad was pretty strict when I lived with him, and I lived with him mostly when I was a teenager. He was always warning me about creepy guys and like just people being creepy. I've always been super cautious because of that, and also my interest in crime shows. It just makes me super vigilant of people and just like what's going on. And I feel like where I live, knowing there's highways everywhere, it just kind of made it more of a serious topic, because it was like you could be in a grocery store parking lot and someone could rob you and be on the highway and be in a different state within a couple hours. It's that easy for them to make you disappear. So it's like literally like probably every person's #1 fear is to be trafficked, and I think we need to talk about what happens and let you guys know like what my experience was. For my own safety, I am going to not say anyone's names in this or anything like that. I didn't really know any of the stuff that was happening at the time. I didn't find any of it out until later. There was a lot that I had no idea that happened. Back in about December of 2015, so I was 17 at the time, I had to go pick up a friend who was at a hotel or motel. There's a difference between hotels and motels. I think the H stands for high class and the M stands for middle class. For Tulsa, they probably called it a hotel, but honestly, like, it was a motel on the inside. It was a motel. Like, it had an elevator and multiple floors, so it was a hotel for Tulsa. But I got a text from my friend. She needed me to come get her from this hotel. And she was there with her friend. And the reason why her and her friend were there is because her friend's boyfriend was there. That's why they were all there, I guess. That was why I knew why my friend was there. And she needed a ride, and I was always the type of person that I'm not gonna leave my friend, especially when it could be like a dangerous situation, like I don't know what's going on. Like I would never leave my friends like alone at a party. I was always like the mom friend of the group and then literally became a mom. But so I go to this hotel and pick up my friend. I get there and I go up to the room. That I didn't know any of the stuff that was going on. There were all of these people there, and I knew 3 of the people in the room, but not personally. I just knew them through my friend. There were more than 3 people in the room. There was a girl that was in the room with all of us, and I didn't know her. She looked older than me. Like, I thought she was like in her 20s maybe. Like, I don't know. She didn't talk to me really. She was just talking to the other people in the room. She never talked to me or my friend, I don't think. But she was like talking to some of the other people in the room, and she was using this phone, and like I don't know what she was doing on the phone. I thought it was her phone, so she was just like on the phone, you know, like texting or whatever. And I'm just gonna call my friend Katie, and I'm gonna call her friend Stacy. The other girl that was not like talking to me or my friend that was there, I'm just gonna call her Brianna. So Brianna was talking to Stacy's boyfriend. I didn't really know what they were talking about, but at one point I heard something about money, I'm pretty sure, and I was like, that's weird. Like, everything was fine at first. I thought that everyone was like all friends and it was like fine. I was just like picking my friend Katie up, and then at one point Stacy's boyfriend made a comment towards me about like how pretty I was, and I was like, oh, like thanks, I guess. And my friend Katie was like, no, like don't talk to her. And I was just like that's weird. Like, not that like him complimenting me was weird, but just like the way he said it, it was like kind of like it gave me weird vibes, and my friend did not like it. It made me like really uncomfortable, and then after that we pretty much left. After I found out like all this stuff, it doesn't feel like a compliment, you know, like it feels different. But I don't really remember. I smoke a lot of weed. I'm pretty sure after he like made that comment, I just got like, uncomfortable, and I was like, okay, like Katie, like are you ready? Can we bounce? You know, like we ended up leaving. I kind of just like went on with my life. Like, I was super busy at the time. Like, I was in high school working like 40 hours a week. It was a busy time for me. Let it go, put it out of my mind, and pretty much forgot that it ever happened until not that long later. It wasn't very long. I lived with my dad at the time, and if anyone else can relate to this, if their dad does this, but he literally would only watch either the news or ESPN. Like, sometimes he would like watch Big Brother or like Game of Thrones like with my stepmom, but that was like any other time the freaking TV in the living room was on the news or ESPN. Okay, I had gotten out of school one day, and I'm pretty sure I was like at home getting ready to go to work for my job that I worked after school, and I was walking into the living room from my room, and my dad had the news on, of course, and there was a mugshot of this guy, and the headline read that he was arrested for a child trafficking conspiracy. And when I saw the picture, my heart literally fell to the floor. Like, I just the feeling that it gave me to see that person that just a couple weeks ago was in my face in a hotel room telling me that I was pretty when there was another girl in there. And after seeing that, it just made the whole situation like so surreal for me. Like everything like clicked. Like as soon as that happened, I was like, oh my god, like that easily could have been me in that situation. I would never purposely choose to sell my body, so if I ever end up in a situation like that, no, it is not my choice, and I hope that that never happens to me. So after seeing that on the news, there was like a court case and everything. I wasn't involved in it because I wasn't around. Police had a whole operation going on after the whole, it was like weeks after my interaction with them, which it really was like maybe 20 minutes, but that 20 minutes could have been a different 20 minutes of my life, and I like thank God that it wasn't a different 20 minutes. But just knowing the situation, I just want to kind of give people a warning, because come to find out, there were other underage girls involved in the conspiracy, and I just want girls to know, young people, anyone that's watching this, like, I don't care how old you are, I don't care if you're fucking 50 years old or 125 years old, like, nothing in this world, nothing in this society is free, okay? Especially drugs. If someone is giving you drugs for free, there is a deeper meaning behind that. They're not just giving you drugs for free. They're giving you a substance so it's easier to control you or easier to make you do whatever they want you to do. After seeing that picture and everything on the news, it was a core shock to me. I live in Oklahoma. This all took place in Tulsa, and I just want people to know that like this literally happens everywhere. There are hotels down the street. There's stuff that you probably can't even imagine that happens there. After all of that, I ended up finding out that the girl that was there, Brianna, well, I'm not really sure if that was her. I think it was her, but I'm not really sure. I never met any of the other girls. This was one time, and I just picked up my friend Katie and left. Like, I was not comfortable in there. I ended up finding out later that the girls, there were more than one. I never met any of the other ones. Never even really met Brianna. I didn't talk to her. I didn't introduce myself. Like, she didn't introduce herself. It wasn't like, I wasn't like hanging out with these people or anything. All of the girls that were involved were underage, and they were all actually around my age at the time, and that easily could have happened to me and could have been me. And it's very easy for people to get you addicted to drugs if you're young and impressionable, which I definitely at that time was. And like, it had been a different day, a different time. Like, I don't know how that would have played out. I'm not saying I ever would sell myself or anything like that, but like, it's just that easy to stick a needle in someone's arm and they're strung out for years, and it's like their whole life is gone. So I'm very aware of that, and I am very grateful every day that I have guardian angels looking over me. I have spirits looking over me. I have people on my team. I guess I am very lucky. Can't thank Source, God, universe enough for that, for everything that has happened to me. I wouldn't necessarily say I was at the right place at the right time, but I definitely lucked out in the situation. It could have been completely different. I know that human trafficking is a touchy subject. Not a lot of people want to talk about it, but it is everywhere. It is a billion-dollar industry. Another one of those billion-dollar industries that we need to make it stop. Like, this is people are upset about slavery back in the day. Why are we not upset about it now? Why are we letting it happen now? Because it's still people of color that it's happening to, and it's prevalent now. You wouldn't think that it is, but there are millions of people that go missing, millions of kids that go missing like every year, and they're sold into trafficking, whether it be labor or sex. It is human slavery, and it's not okay that we're still allowing this to happen. And in this day and age, like, we don't fucking need that. Like, we have the technology, like, we're making robots constantly. Why are we replacing our jobs with machines, but yet making our humans slaves? That doesn't make sense to me. I could go into a conspiracy about like freaking AI being the devil, but I'm not gonna do that in this video. I could totally do that though. I do have a conspiracy theory about AI. It doesn't make sense to me that we still are letting this slavery happen in modern day society and no one is mad about it. We need people to be mad about it. I'm mad about it. I'm mad that this is happening still, and that there are so many. I've seen so many people posting about this on YouTube. I just feel like I've seen so many more videos about like people almost being trafficked. It happens. It really happens, and they're getting even better at it. These traffickers, they're getting personal information about you. They're becoming your friend. They're grooming you, and you don't even realize it. And then next thing you know, you're in a situation you can't get out of that you never foresaw. And I just want people to be more aware of this topic, because it is honestly like one of the number one fucking problems in the world. Like, I don't understand how this isn't like constantly being talked about. Like, where are all these kids? Where are all these people that are missing that didn't just die or didn't just run away? Where are these people, and why are they held against their will and forced to do things that they aren't comfortable doing? Why are we still allowing things like this to happen? Why is human trafficking a billion-dollar industry? Why are there people making money off of other people's bodies and lives? That's not okay. That's not fair. And that modern day slavery is not gonna fucking fly anymore, okay? We need to start making some noise about what's going on. That is why I've been very nervous about making this video, very nervous about talking about the subjects that I'm going to talk about, because I really am like talking about some shit that can get me in trouble. I just want people to know, if someone is giving you drugs for free, there is an ulterior motive with that usually. No one's just gonna give you drugs. They want something in return usually. Another thing is there are a lot of troubled teenagers or troubled children. I can say that I was one of them, but I never went to this extent, but there are people that do go to this extent. There are people that have been taken advantage of, and they just reach this point of a disconnection from being abused that they will disassociate from their body. But some of them become so numb to it that they are okay with selling their bodies. And this does happen for teenagers that have been abused or victims of. They can convince people, other impressionable young people, children, to do the same thing. For, say, if they're in a situation where they need money immediately, or someone has gotten them addicted to drugs and they are on a drug that if they go into withdrawals, they get so sick that they can't handle it and they need to get another fix, so they'll do anything to get that. And sometimes the only people that can give that to them are the people that abuse them, or I don't know if I can say like the P word on YouTube, so just like PIMP, like you know what I'm saying, like them out. Also, just be careful who you're friends with, because anyone can put you in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you just need to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Like, I know sometimes drinking or, you know, doing certain substances is fun and like sounds like a great time and all your friends are doing it, but you know, if you have an addictive personality, or like in your family, in your bloodline, there's addiction problem, be aware of that. Know that you have an addictive personality, know that you struggle with that, and if you are going to choose to do those substances, know your limits. Don't put yourself in a situation to where you could be physically impaired or incoherent. And I'm definitely not victim blaming at all. Like, I'm not saying if you do get drunk that if something happens to you, it's your fault. It's not. Nothing should ever happen to you when you're in those stages. You should be able to do substances in a comfortable, safe environment and feel safe and enjoy them, because I think that that's what they're for. Besides like alcohol, I kind of like think that's poison and, you know, some of the other drugs, but you know, I'm more psychedelic substances or natural substances, you know, I don't know, everything's pretty much synthetic now. Like everything's lab grown at this point. I don't even know what's real. It's a simulation. It's a computer. It doesn't matter if it's real, if it's a computer. Can someone let me know? With all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.